This is Valley News Live at noon.
New at noon. As the Minnesota legislative session is set to end today, Governor Tim Walz says they have reached a bipartisan budget agreement. Lawmakers say the budget is about recovering from COVID, and it supports working families, ensures students continue to catch up on their learning, and helps small businesses to drive Minnesota's economic recovery.
It's a good day, Minnesota. It proves once again that our democracy is strong, that compromise is a virtue, not a vice, and that sitting down and listening to one another and truly valuing differences of opinion at the end of the day can bring you an agreement that strengthens everyone, that gives everyone an opportunity to succeed in the state.
Details of each budget area are still being finalized. To get a look at the budget's target being finalized today, head over to valleynewslive.com. A man wanted in an aggravated assault case out of Jamestown is now behind bars. Police have been looking for Timothy Oss since May 2nd. A man says he was sleeping when someone broke into his home in Sunnyside Trailer Court and stabbed him. Oss was named as a person of interest in that assault, and police say the two men knew each other. Oss was just arrested on an unrelated warrant and awaits formal charges. The stabbing victim was treated and released. What a warm start to the day. We don't get a chance to really say that a lot. Will this warming trend continue? Let's check in with Summer Snowbach. Happy Monday, Summer.
Happy Monday to you too, Brian. Yes, the warming trend is here to stay at least through the rest of the week. Lots of 70s, lots of 80s, and a perfect day for golfing as well. Take a look at all those people out on the golf course. Dakota Winds down near Hankinson, North Dakota. And we are seeing lots of sunshine across the valley as well. Just a few passing high clouds. But with all of this sunshine and the sun angle this time of year, the UV index is very high. It's at an 8, which means you can burn in as little as 15 to 20 minutes. So don't forget the sunglasses and sunscreen if you're headed out to spend some time in the sun later this afternoon. Temperatures have warmed into the 70s across the entire valley already by this lunchtime hour, some upper 70s in fact. We'll warm to the low to mid 80s here in Fargo later today with a breeze out of the south. So we're going to see an increasing breeze throughout the rest of the afternoon. Low 80s as well in the northern valley along with that wind, and with the wind, with the warm air and dry conditions, we have high fire danger today. And Brian, I'll be talking more about that and the wind trend, where in the valley we'll see the strongest wind gusts today, coming up in just a bit.
Sounds good. We'll stay tuned with you to find out when. Thanks, Summer. Well, a former Brooklyn Center, Minnesota police officer who's charged in the death of Daunte Wright is scheduled for a pre-trial hearing today. Kim Potter will appear through video conference this afternoon. The hearing is to go over evidence and determine if there is probable cause for a case to proceed. Intent isn't a necessary component of a second-degree manslaughter in Minnesota. The charge can be applied if a person is suspected of causing a culpable negligence. Now, Wright was shot and killed on April 11th during a traffic stop. The former Brooklyn Center police chief said he believes Potter meant to use her taser on Wright, but fired her handgun instead. Bemidji police are looking for 3 girls. 15-year-old Justice Cordera was seen after midnight yesterday, and police say 16-year-old Emily Loom and 17-year-old Zoe Jones left a North Side neighborhood around 11 Friday night. Investigators say none of the disappearances are suspicious. A man is hurt after jumping from his car while it was still moving. The Minnesota Highway Patrol says Clay County deputies were trying to stop the driver yesterday afternoon, but called off the chase just south of Felton. They say the driver kept speeding on Highway 9, then jumped from the vehicle as it was still moving. The vehicle hit a driveway approach and rolled. Troopers say the driver had been drinking. And charges are being considered against an 85-year-old North Dakota man who police say ran over 2 people, killing one and seriously injuring the other. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says a 26-year-old man fell off his bike in Dickinson yesterday afternoon, and a woman pulled over to help him. That's when police say the elderly driver ran over both people. The bicycler was killed and the woman was airlifted to Bismarck with critical injuries. No names have been released yet, but troopers say the driver and the bicycler are from Dickinson and the woman is from Mandan. The country is wrestling with some confusion over new CDC mask guidance for fully vaccinated people, when at least 20 states have revised their mask mandates since the announcement. And as Tom Costello reports, wearing a mask or not depends on where you live and the stores you want to shop in.
Good day. This has really stirred up controversy and back and forth on both sides. On the one hand, a lot of people are celebrating the CDC's mask guidance that they can now get rid of the mask if they're fully vaccinated. We had a weekend in which people were out and about without the masks. On the other hand, the nation's biggest nurses union is suggesting it's premature and the decision will put lives at risk because 2/3 of the country is so far still not fully vaccinated. Nonetheless, it really depends on which state you're in. Some have dropped the mask mandate, some others haven't. It's also going to depend on which county you're in and which store you're in. Right now, we've got major retailers like Walmart, Costco, and Starbucks dropping the mask mandate for vaccinated customers. Other companies, including CVS, Target, and JCPenney, keeping the mask requirements for now. As it relates to children, if you have a child who's too young right now to get vaccinated, many health experts are suggesting they continue to wear masks and that you wear masks. And the data is as follows. 4 million kids have contracted COVID in total. Only 300 have died. And the chance of being hospitalized less than 1% per child. So those numbers give comfort to some parents. Other parents don't like those numbers at all. The bottom line, according to the experts, if you can wear a mask around a child while he or she is waiting to get vaccinated, it's just simply modeling good behavior, and it may keep them safe as well. I'm Tom Costello, NBC News in Bethesda, Maryland.
Target just announced today that it will no longer require customers and staff that are fully vaccinated to wear face coverings in stores. Today is the deadline for filing your 2020 tax return. The IRS pushed the deadline back to a month to give individual filers, tax preparers, and the IRS itself more time to sort through the many changes affecting taxes from the latest COVID relief package. Unless you choose to file for an extension, you must file and pay any remaining federal income taxes you owe for 2020 by today. As temperatures warm up and you can now fish on Minnesota lakes, you want to keep in mind your water safety tips, especially with smaller children. When fishing, young children should never be alone by the water. Always keep them within arm's reach of you. Have someone that's able to assist you in case of emergencies. And if someone falls in and you aren't certified, do not jump in the water. Natural reaction says to jump in to save that person, but a panicked person could overpower you and bring you underwater by accident. Now, when you're boating in North Dakota and Minnesota, children under 10 must wear a life jacket. In North Dakota, anyone using a watercraft has to wear a life jacket as well. And in Minnesota, each boat should have one U.S. Coast Guard approved, properly sized and easily accessible life jacket for each person. If you have new or gently used shoes to clean out of your closet, you can donate them for a good cause. The Good Feet store is collecting shoes and partnering with Souls for Souls to help people in need. The shoe drive starts today and goes until June 30th. The Good Feet store in Fargo is on 13th Avenue near the TJ Maxx Plaza. And West Fargo police are keeping an eye out for kids wearing their bike helmets, and it could earn them a reward. They just launched their I Got Caught program. While out on the patrol this summer, officers will be on the lookout for children wearing helmets while on their bikes. And if your child is caught, they will get a coupon to Dairy Queen for a free ice cream cone. The program runs throughout the summer. Well, coming up at noon, the CDC says heart disease is the leading cause of death for men and women, but experts say more data needs to be conducted to show the differences between the two groups. And what a warm day, but hey, no complaints. Weather up next to plan your day with Summer Snowbach.